Started. My name is Antonio Banos, and with us we also have Dr. Rodney D'Souza. We're both faculty and what would you call us, Rodney? Members of the institute.
Yeah, we run the Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation.
Exactly. Terrence, I'm going to share my screen for everybody real quick. Can everybody hear me okay? Good. Wonderful. Let me just adjust.
Yeah.
Excellent. So since it's a small crowd, let's do some intros so I know who's on the call. Dustin, you want to go first?
Sure. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
So hi, my name is Dustin. I'm a student here at TCU, as you can see from my background. I'm actually, I'm sure y'all can tell, an unconventional student. I actually joined the military before, and then I'm using the GI Bill to get my degree here at TCU. But I've always had an interest in starting my own business. I've had, kind of the entrepreneurial bug bite for well over a decade. I've wanted to start a smoothie shop, and my wife could tell you all about my drive to do that. And it's several years of asking, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? At one point, I actually did start the process. Like I started spending money, but when I reached a point where the cash flow to keep doing what I was going to do would be more, I guess it was the point of no return. That's when I stopped doing it. I guess I didn't have the confidence in continuing the business because I was still active duty. But I'm here to kind of just get, another round of advice, just know what I need to do. It's more or less like I'm kind of scared to make that leap where, you can't reach anything to catch yourself anymore.
Okay. And are you part of the Veterans Club at TCU?
I don't think so. So this is my first semester.
Okay. I suggest that you go ahead and network and connect with a Veterans Club, because most of the leaders on that club are part of like the Institute. And actually a group of students, Chris and Dylan, who've been working very closely with Rodney and I, they just got some funding, and they just got licensed technology from the Air Force. They were both veterans, and they're doing pretty well so far. So yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing with us, Dustin. All right, let's keep going.
All right, so my name is Lucia. I'm a current international student athlete at TCU, and I'm a sophomore, and I'm just interested in hearing more about what you have to say about starting a known business,
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And Jasmine?
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm a freshman at TCU, and I'm on this meeting because I just wanted to know more about like how to start a business, just in case I ever have any interest in it.
And Jasmine, are you an international student as well? Or are you?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm not an international.
And what's your major?
My major is criminology, criminal justice.
Okay, perfect. Oh, and I see that someone just joined us, like right as I was gonna get going. So that's great. KT, can you hear us? Well, I'll just get going. Does that sound good, Terrence? Okay, perfect. So today we're here to talk to you. It's more of an info session in terms of everything that we have to offer to you all at TCU in order to accomplish what you all just shared with us. Of course, this is not necessarily a session of how to start a business, because there's so many ways to go around that. It's more like these are the resources that are across campus, not just for Neely students, which is a misunderstanding across TCU. So again, with us today, we have Dr. Rodney D'Souza. He's a professor in the Neely School of Business and the managing director at the Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. He's a boss. He's a boss man. Then it's me. I'm also a professor in the Neely School of Business, and I'm the assistant director in the Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. If you're interested in what you hear today, you will also see we work with Matt Smiler. He's as well a professor at Neely and the director of Allison Ventures, and somebody who you may be interacting a lot with, Gloria Griffin. She's a program coordinator at our institute as well. And something that I like to point out is that even though it says Neely School of Business right here and right there, what we do is in the institute, and that's key for y'all to remember, because the Neely School of Business is for students who are majoring in business, right? Or minoring in business. But the institute is open to all students across campus, no matter the major, no matter whether they're undergrad or graduate students. So please remember that we are housed under Neely, but open to everybody. Now, I am going to focus a little bit on the student athlete program at the beginning, but everything that you hear also applies to everybody else on this call. And at the end of my little brief spiel about the athlete program, I'm going to touch on everything else that we offer. If at any point you'll have any questions, please interrupt me. If you don't want to like cut me off, you can just do like a little hand gesture on Zoom and ask any questions as well. Rodney will be able to see hopefully the chat, or Terrence. Does that sound good, y'all? Okay, perfect. Okay, so for our student athletes, we have what is called the Entrepreneur Athlete Program. Again, it is run by the Institute for Entrepreneurship and Innovation, so you don't have to be a Neely student. Within the Institute, we have many programs I'm going to talk to you about today, free of charge and open to everybody. So in terms of the program for athletes, what it is an initiative centered around entrepreneurship and innovation tailored specifically for student athletes, composed of workshops, one-on-one mentoring, skill development, internships, as well as personal and brand building. This right here is something that we did not have in the past, and we realized all of our students at TCU have a little bit more flexible schedules than our athletes because of how demanding their schedules are. So we've done this specifically with a student athlete in mind. In terms of workshops, we have, and again, everything that you hear right now in terms of workshops for student athletes, we also have the same exact thing for all students across TCU. How to use entrepreneurship as a vehicle to succeed after college, how to come up with an idea or take something off the shelf. Dustin, when I was telling you about the two veterans that we have in the Institute, one was the Marines, the other one was Air Force. They just licensed technology. They just licensed intellectual property from the Air Force, and they're commercializing it. They did not come up with the idea. It's just technology that's on the shelf. You grab it, you commercialize it, you license it, and then you get going. We can also teach you how to validate an idea and get traction, because ideas are just up there until you bring them down and you validate them and you make something out of them. How to create a simple side hustle. I mean, Rodney and I are professors, but technically this is our side hustle because everything else we do outside of teaching pays more than teaching. How to start your business and such. So those workshops are open to everybody, as well as student athletes, of course. Okay, excellent. All right, so in terms of the one-on-one mentoring, what we love about the one-on-one mentoring is that it gives us a chance to get to know you and figure out where you want to go, right? And Dustin, you shared with us some of your situation and what's going on. On a one-on-one session, you talk to us and we figure out if we're not the right people to help you out within our institute. We guide you and we connect you with people, as well as skills development. And this goes to specifically athletes that sometimes they don't have the time in their schedule to develop some of these skills, such as an Excel certification, or forget about a certification, just really getting to know how to use Excel. Or if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to bootstrap it, how to make a logo in Illustrator, how to manage photography in Photoshop, how to create a wireframe of Adobe XD, how to tabulate data in Tableau, how to do social media, how to monetize on Instagram, all of those skills development that we have workshops and also one-on-one trainings. And this is something that I think it may appeal to all of y'all because it's a big hit, is our internships with startups. So what we do is, and I will develop more as we go through the session, we have so many startups that are wanting interns, and not just business students, but interns in many different majors. And what we do here is, for some, it may even count as credit for you. And because of the way that it works, the institute pays for you to be an intern. So if the internship is not paid, you still get paid through the institute, right, Rodney?
That is correct, Antonio. And it's actually a university program, so that we partner with the university's engagement programs and stuff, and sort of work out internships specifically with startups, right? And we target startups because that's our sweet spot. And there are other internship programs with large corporations and all that kind of stuff. We specialize in startups. And when we talk about interns, sorry, Antonio, really quick. When we talk about internships, it's not sort of like go make coffee or staple papers or things like that, right? It's something that the CEO, CFO, COO, whoever it is, it's a job that they would do that we would want our students to do, because we want them to learn how these different processes and jobs work. And what's really cool about the internship program is, I believe since it started 3-4 years ago, we have placed almost 10 students in those startups once they graduate, right? Because they've gotten to work with those startups, understand how it is. So as the startup is growing, our students grow along with them as well.
Very flexible as well. And especially now with COVID, and even before COVID, with startups, remote internships sometimes is the middle name of a startup internship, right? Remote. And then, of course, for the athlete program, we also are starting to offer, because of what's coming up with the name, image, and likeness, building, branding, marketing, deploying, monetizing, upkeeping, and growing your personal brand, so that you can make sure you take advantage of your image and your name and your likeness as an athlete if everything goes right. And we also work with the athletic programs to make sure that everything that we do is in line with what you are allowed to do, and that you don't end up misstepping and upsetting the NCAA, right? A little more background, myself and Rodney, we were international students. And I was a D1 athlete. So everything that we do is with all of that in mind, right? So before I keep moving, are there any questions? I see one in the chat, but I don't want to click in case that. Rodney, do you see the chat? I don't know what it says.
No, I just see one from Terrence, and that's a very good point, Terrence. Because of the sort of nature or the changing nature of the international treaties and things that are going on right now with the US, be very careful about talking to our international office. And John Singleton is the person that you need to talk with before you sort of decide to do anything, right? So example for internships. You cannot take an internship as an international student without taking a 4-credit class along with it, right? Now, we offer that class, and we've started doing that specifically for international students, but we've seen that a lot of students at TCU as well want to take that class. So it's worked out well for us that way, but be very careful not to run afoul the sort of legal rules and ever-changing legal landscape of the country right now.
Yeah, of course. We don't want you to end up hurting your OPT or CPT, and then, yeah. So why the student athlete program? To take control of your future. No, you will never starve because you have the tools in order to define your own future. And that's what Rodney and I love about entrepreneurship. It's addictive. I mean, you want to talk about drugs being addictive? Entrepreneurship is like the king of addictions. And then, of course, add value to everything that you do, no matter whether there is entrepreneurship or intrapreneurship, and having a plan B for anything that happens. And we have a proven success. We have several students that have gone through the program. And the images that you see here, they're all athletes. If I were to put the images from everybody who has benefited from the Institute, you would have to zoom in to make sure that you can see all of the images. So to kind of share a little bit more now on a bigger spectrum of what the Institute is, we have the we're top 15 of best undergraduate entrepreneurship programs in the nation. And we have the #2 top entrepreneurship competition as well. And globally, one of our competitions, Values and Ventures, just got first place in the world. So that's a pretty big deal. And that's something that students across TCU don't take advantage of. So I encourage y'all, as you see this graphic that I'm putting here, there's something for everybody. And if you walk away with something today is, y'all, we have a lot of money to give to so many of y'all and so many resources and workshops and opportunities. But for some reason, we are not spreading the word the right way. Maybe we're too focused on helping everybody. We don't have enough to blast out advertising throughout TCU that becomes noise because there's so many resources for everybody. To give you an example, our Create program powered by Shadow Seed Fund. Just look at these numbers from 2019 to 2020, right? It is a competition for anybody. Again, anybody who has an idea, any idea, whether it's an idea on a napkin or something that you already developed, and you get funding up to $25,000. Yes, up to $25,000 a semester to get some funding and get going. In 2020, we had 114 team participated. We funded 53 teams in all academic colleges. If you think about how small TCU is compared to some of the state colleges, 53 of those teams got money in order to move forward with their ideas. And so I guess when we're saying we're not spreading the word as much, I guess we are. And some students are taking advantage of, but we want more students to take advantage of these opportunities. And like I said, we also have the Values and Ventures competition. Rodney, what's the first place prize this year?
So the first place prize is $100,000 cash. And we have about $250,000 in cash to give out for the complete competition, because there's multiple different prizes, right? So you got first, second, third place, plus you've got different participating prizes and things like that. But there's also about $250,000 in kind, right? So access to software, access to space, and those kind of things too. So it's amazing, and that's one of the reasons why it's one of the top ranked competitions in the world, right? Because there's so much money and so much good that comes out of it.
And it is just a few steps away from where y'all walk every day. Let's just say, Jasmine, you say you're a first-year student. We also host brain hacks throughout the school year, right? To get you going and get you comfortable. We have a case, and then you form a team. Last year, it was on mental health and solving a solution with mental health. So you get your team, you get the case, you solve it, you present it, and then you win some money as well. We have this is an amazing program, and Rodney runs this program, the Venture Builder program. Basically, you will be put into teams with students from business, from communication, from engineer, from sociology, in order to help an external business succeed. And it's an amazing experience, an amazing resume boost. And I mean, we have so many praises about this program. Rodney, is there anything specific that you want to talk about for Venture Builder?
I think that you hit the nail on the head, Antonio. It's a cross-campus program. So students from Neely, computer science, engineering, design, and communication, right? So we all sort of work together in a team to help local startups understand their business model, understand whether their product is viable, whether people actually are going to pay for it, right? And those kind of things. And this past semester, we worked with entrepreneurs in the Como area. So really sort of working with them to help them understand sort of, what they're doing, how to really make that into a business from just an idea.
Mm-hmm. We have what we call the competition circuit. Let's just say that the three of you all have an idea and you need some money and you team up. Well, what we do on the Institute is we pay for you to travel to well, hopefully with COVID, you'll be able to travel next semester or thereafter. Right now, everything is virtual, but on a normal semester, we pay students to travel wherever the competition is, compete, get the money, and come back. We don't take any of that money. So it's almost like we're paying you to get money. I don't think it gets any better than that. And there's more than $1 million in competition money. Several students have taken us up on that, and it's an amazing opportunity. We also have the Accelerator. Once you move up through all of this and you have a business, we have a way to take you from profit to actually profitable. And if anybody is interested in getting involved with the community, we also host the Idea to Market high school competition, where high schoolers come in and they do their thing and they show their ideas, their businesses. And sometimes some students say, I just want to get involved and see what this is all about and with a community. And maybe after seeing high schoolers make it happen, motivates you to make it happen as well. So yeah, that's really all we have for y'all. I would love to take any questions that you may have. It can be related to what we said, to the program, any questions that you may have for us. Yeah.
Not all questions at once, please.
While you formulate your questions, if you have any.
Is it a selective process of getting into the program?
No. No, it is open to everybody, because the thing for you to walk away from today is there is something for everybody at the Institute, and everybody's different and everybody has different goals, aspirations, and objectives. And we're here to meet that for you, because in the gig economy, it's you are going to be an entrepreneur whether you want to be or not. You're going to be an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur. I mean, my wife is the cliche cookie cutter corporate person, and I'm the complete opposite of that. And she is deploying ideas, products, and services within her organization every day, talking to developers, coders, product developers. So you will be, and you may not want to major in entrepreneurship, but we have a minor in entrepreneurship. We just deploy that. So that goes along with your major as well. So if you're interested in this, because you can still minor in it, or you're interested, come talk to us, because you take some electives at Neely, and we make other electives across campus, because there's 30 different classes offered across campus that may qualify for this minor. If you are a business major or one of your friends and want to minor in entrepreneurship, guess what? Double majoring in entrepreneurship is as if you were going to minor. So if you're a business major, it's almost as if you were going to minor in something, because you can double major.
What is your major, Lucia?
Right now I'm pre-business, but I plan to major in marketing probably.
Okay, perfect. So let's just say that you wanted to know a little bit about entrepreneurship. You could double major, because most of the classes will work for the major, and you just take just a couple more with the entrepreneurship faculty and you're set. And if you say, you know what, I just want to dedicate to marketing, I don't want to minor in anything or double major, that's perfect, because in the Institute, you can get everything that you need without having to major a minor. Of course, you won't have the time allocated, right? That's the difference with a minor. The minor gives you time to allocate, and it also gives you that resume boost.
Dustin, what is your major?
Right now, I am in nutrition. I was looking toward the dietetics program. Like I said, I was looking to open up a smoothie shop. But because of how I came in as a transfer, if I am to continue on this track, I wouldn't be able to continue after this next semester until fall of 2022. So I'm doing some soul searching to try to figure out what paths are available to me. I'm married and I have a kid, and so it's a little bit different when I'm weighing my options compared to traditional TCU students.
Of course, and you can always sign up for a special problems class, like the special problems entrepreneurship and innovations class that's open to all students across TCU, which is an exploration of entrepreneurship. And the professor this semester is going to be Matt Smiler, a team member of ours in the Institute. So you'll have a chance to see what entrepreneurship is all about, right?
Okay.
So you can check it out.
Is this kind of information advice limited to the courses? Like you said, there was one-on-one. Let me scroll. I've been trying to take some of the information as you were presenting it, but it was going a little fast.
Yeah.
So the part that was for athletes, that is not limited to just the athletes, correct?
Nothing is limited just to athletes. Nothing that we say. Yeah.
Okay. So what would be a good place to find the documentation as far as joining like the competition, the competitions, the internship, or is it just sending the emails?
Yeah, so if you go ahead, Dustin, on this slide, if you contact Gloria Griffin, our program coordinator, with what you're interested, she will point you in the right direction. Okay. If you're interested in the internships, she will tell you what you need to go and do about that. If you're interested in the competitions, of course, you have to have an idea to pitch, and she can give you the information about when the competitions are going to take place, and then you move forward from there. Okay. And Rodney just shared our website, which we'll have a revamp in 10 days? Yeah.
And also, one of the things you were talking about earlier, how it's difficult to get the word out. I think if y'all were to have some kind of event where you just had like a TCU version of Shark Tank, it's like just pitch your idea. That might get a lot of students out.
That's Create. That's exactly what Create is. So we usually get
Create?
The Create powered by Shadow. That is exactly what Create is.
Okay, nice.
That's where we get on average about 250 to 300 attendees a semester. Some of them just come in and just watch, and others pitch as well. Mm-hmm. Nice. So we do have our version of Shark Tank. Yeah, we just wish that we got more students to get involved and use these resources. But again, I mean, whenever we're funding 53 companies a semester, a year, I guess that's okay. But we would love to help out even more. Any other questions? Jasmine, Lucia, any other questions?
No, thank you. If anything, I'll email you if I have questions.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's what we've got for y'all. Rodney, you have anything else?
Not that I can think of, Antonio. But please feel free to reach out to us with any questions and things too. And definitely go to the website and see if anything sort of reaches out at you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Lucia.
Thanks so much, everyone.